Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel at NDN TV Nigeria. Click on the subscribe button and be the first to get notifications.
The commencement of a last-minute reconciliation between Atiku Abubakar, presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party (PDP), and Governor Nyesom Wike ahead of next year's presidential election is generating reactions from close watchers of an internal crisis rocking the party since the conclusion of its presidential primaries in May this year. While some observers consider it a futile attempt at flogging a dead horse, others are optimistic that there's still room for reconciliation to enable the PDP go into next year's presidential election as a united family. Correspondent Tekena Amiofori has the details.
Since he lost the PDP presidential ticket to Atiku Abubakar in May this year, Governor Nyesom Wike has left no one in doubt that there is no love lost between him and his party. In the last 6 months, the Rivers State governor has consistently lashed out at his party. His main target has been national chairman of the PDP, Senator Iyorchia Ayu, whom he accuses of being corrupt and mismanaging the fortunes of the party ahead of next year's presidential election.
Ayu, you are corrupt and you cannot lead me to any campaign. I will not. Rivers State will not, whether they like it or not. Ayu cannot lead us to a campaign. Ayu is corrupt. I'm sorry to say this. I'm sorry to say to the very well, Governor, if I've insulted you, forgive me. Rivers people are hot, and we are hot. Are you not hot? Are you not hot? Are you not angry? Are you not angry?
Last week, PDP governors in Nigeria's South-South geopolitical zone held a meeting in Yenagoa, where they declared support for the party's presidential flag bearer. Governor Wike was conspicuously absent at the meeting. Briefing journalists after the meeting, Edo State Governor Godwin Obaseki said South-South governors were also working relentlessly to resolve the PDP internal crisis.
We also wanted to use the opportunity to show support and also reiterate our total support for the candidacy of President Atiku Abubakar and the vice presidential candidate Dr. AKUGHA, and to assure them that we are here to give them all the support that is required, which may also include going out to reach out to our brothers, our other brother in the zone, and to see how we can bridge all the differences that we have so that we can go into next year's election as one strong, united zone.
On several occasions, Governor Wike has maintained that his grounds with the PDP is the party's decision to field a presidential candidate of northern extraction while retaining Senator Ayu, himself a northerner, as its national chairman. Governor Wike insists that the absence of balance of power in the PDP keeps justice, equity and fairness in abeyance on the eve of the 2023 presidential election, hence his demand that Senator Ayu recuses himself as national chairman of the party. However, Dr. Lelonu Nwibubasa, PDP presidential spokesperson in Rivers State, is of the opinion that with only a few weeks into the presidential election slated for February next year, Senator Ayu's resignation would plunge the party into a deeper crisis. According to Dr. Nwibubasa, the leadership of the PDP has already adopted a framework for balance of power, as it had done in 2007.
We had a PDP chairman, national chairman, Dr. Ahmadu Ali, who was a northerner. And then Yar'Adua has just been elected via the Congress as a presidential flag bearer. PDP went into the election with Ahmadu Ali as national chairman. And immediately after the election, we now have a president from the north. It was natural for the balance of power in the party for the position to shift to the south. And so Ahmadu Ali relinquished his position, and then a chairman from the southern part of the country was elected. The National Working Committee the Board of Trustees has already said that Ayu will resign after the presidential election.
With the belated intervention of respected party leaders like former military President Ibrahim Babangida and President Goodluck Jonathan, the PDP is said to be in a last-chance saloon, while Ken Weke, a professor of politics and governance at the Ignatius Ajuru University, doubts if there is any time left for meaningful dialogue. Dr. Dum Amegwa, chairman of Concerned Ogoni Elders Council, believes there is still room for reconciliation.
I think it's barely coming too late. It will be a bit difficult for any of the parties to make a U-turn, especially on the demands for Ayu's head to go down in order for the party to have some level of peace.
Any upward efforts concerning reconciliation cannot be late. It's very well welcomed. After all, the election is February 2023. But the earlier they reconcile, the better.
With the emergence of Mr. Peter Obi, presidential candidate of the Labour Party, as a third force, next year's presidential election will certainly not be a walkover for any political party, notably the PDP, which is struggling to retake power in 2023. How the party is able to quickly pour oil on troubled waters depends on the credibility of its conflict resolution instruments that will be put to test in the days ahead.
Inside the Niger Delta,